Good evening, welcome to South East Today. I'm Claudia Sermbezis. People across the South East have come together today for celebrations to mark the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II in Europe. There were VE Day street parties in Seaford on the Sussex coast and a special event at the RAF Biggin Hill Museum and Chapel, as Chrissy Reedy reports.
VE Day celebrations at Biggin Hill Museum today were in full swing, marking 80 years since the Germans surrendered and the war in Europe ended.
It's just such a nice atmosphere. The music I love and the history, and I just think it's important to celebrate it. So we thought we'd pop along and see what they had on.
Oh, it's about remembering what people did for you and how you've got here. You wouldn't have otherwise.
So much history here that, we just thought we'd come along and celebrate just in this little way, really. Yeah.
90-year-old Mary was thinking about her late husband.
Oh, my husband was a rear gunner in Bomber Command, a Pathfinder, and he'd done 65 missions. We did get the DFC for it.
These were the jubilant scenes as everyone celebrated 80 years ago.
My mum, of course, was 14. She remembers VE Day in Trafalgar Square and said it was wonderful. All those Americans.
Down in Seaford, VE Day celebrations continued.
I was 6 when the war started and I was 12 when it finished. And that's when I wanted to go and celebrate. And my mum didn't want me to because of all the crowds, but I went anyway.
This is something that we need to remember, and we're losing the generation that can tell us about it face to face, so we need to do that for them.
Sharing memories and paying tribute, keeping the message of remembrance alive for the next generation. Chrissy Reedy, BBC South East Today.
Kit Taylor from Folkestone was 9 years old when the war in Europe ended. She says the joy of VE Day was heightened by the hardship people in Folkestone and Dover had suffered during 6 brutal years of war.
Another German air attack on the famous port. Private homes in Dover, more of Hitler's military objectives, are broken by the blind savagery of the Hun. But the spirit of the people remains unbroken.
We'd go to bed at night with the sound of the big gun from Calais, Big Bertha, we used to call it. And that was in the centre of Calais, and that used to be shelling us quite regularly. So that was quite normal. And I can remember lying in bed one night when, and grandmother and mother saying, don't move, don't move. And they were picking glass off my bed where the window had come in. I was at school when the following street from us, Bridge Street, was completely wiped out by a doodlebug. And we were sent home from school, and I can remember going up to Canterbury Road on the corner. There was nothing of Bridge Street left. My friend Mary, she was standing beside me, and a lady came along and took her hand, and she said, "You have to come with me, Mary, your house is gone."
Hostilities will end officially at 1 minute after midnight tonight. The German war is therefore at an end.
We were all in the house at the time. It was over, as far as I know, it was on the radio because they kept shushing me for a start. And then each time I tried to butt in, it was, "Shh, be quiet, be quiet." And then finally there was this great cheer, everybody raised their arms, and it's over, it's over. And that's soon after that, that's when the all clear, the warning went. So that was how I heard. And then everybody swarmed out onto the road. Oh, absolutely fantastic, brilliant. I mean, they'd all got sons and husbands and so forth in the forces of some description. It was lovely, everybody was so happy. And you didn't often see that.
That was 89-year-old Kit Taylor from Folkestone sharing her memories of VE Day. An 11th century church near Sevenoaks has held a flower festival to commemorate VE Day. St Edmund's King and Martyr Church in West Kingsdown has been filled with bouquets, and Perspex soldiers were on display in the churchyard in memory of 7 men from the village who died in World War II.
And there is information on the Perspex soldiers outside which tells you how they died, what their role was in the war, and the dates that they passed. And what is poignant about it is they're all young men. They're all in their early parts of life, and their life was taken from them too short.
The Air Accidents Investigation Branch is looking into what caused a Spitfire to make an emergency landing in a Kent field. It happened in Hythe near Folkestone at around 7 o'clock on Saturday evening. Both the pilot and passenger avoided injury. The fighter plane is owned by Flyer Spitfire, a company that carries out passenger tours from Biggin Hill. Sport now, and Brighton's women have been in action this afternoon, taking all 3 points from an action-packed game. The Seagulls, who are 5th in the Women's Super League table, took on second-place Arsenal at the Broadfield Stadium and won the match 4-2. Well, it's been cold and rather grey this Maybank holiday. Will the week brighten up? Here's Nina.
Today there were a scattering of showers, but the rest of the week is looking dry. We start off fairly cloudy for the next few days, but the cloud will clear and more sunshine on the way for the end of the week. Overnight tonight we'll gradually see some clear spells, and it does stay fairly breezy, but temperatures still in those clearer skies could get down to around about 3 to 4 degrees first thing tomorrow morning. So a bit of a chilly start through the day with some early brightness, but the cloud does increase as we head in towards the afternoon, and another breezy afternoon with temperatures of around 13 to 14 degrees. Stays dry and cloudy through the day on Wednesday, but after that the sunshine starts to make an appearance and temperatures through the weekend back up to 20 degrees.
Oh, I hope it stays like that for the rest of May. That would be absolutely lovely, wouldn't it? OK, that's all from me. Piers will be here in the morning, but for now, I hope you have a lovely night.